today?
I thought we played some really good football at times against a team which didn't really come to play football, came to just throw themselves on the ground, waste time, and really not look to play any football. However, disappointed with the chances we missed. It could have been 10-2, 12-2, 14-2. It could have been whatever you wanted, but I'm pleased that we managed to win. Which is, yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. I'm pleased we won. Not in an emphatic way, but I thought we played some really good football. And some of the players that we played tonight, some did well and some disappointed. They had 2 attacks, just lack of concentration. Things like that happened. But it was like a bit of an English FA Cup game where, not to say David beats Goliath, but it was one of those games that you had to find a way to get over the line, because I just felt their keeper did very well for them. The other 10 constantly just threw themselves on the floor and tried to slow the game down and slow the momentum, which teams do. And you have to find a way to be creative, and you have to find a way to break down teams. So, I cast my mind back to 2024, where Shamshina Junior, everyone wrote us off, and we were losing against Pakistan, and we ended up she ended up equalising in the 90 whatever it was minute. Football can be a very, very strange game at times, and I think you have to put things in context. They've had a little bit more time to sort of acclimatise since the India game, because they spent hours in transit. But we play a completely different style of football to them. But I'm pleased we won, but I'm disappointed that we didn't score more goals, which is obviously disappointing for you guys as well. No, we had a meeting before the game, and I really impressed on the players that if you take this team lightly, and I don't think we did take them lightly, and I think what you've got to remember is that we've, I had to change it around a lot tonight, because we have got a few injuries. We had a little bit of a concern regarding Shuley. We had another concern regarding Monica. So I had to chop and change it. But no excuses. No excuses. We won the game. And the most important thing was to win the game. And I think you have to put that into perspective. Yeah, it is what it is. I wouldn't say it'd be a wake-up call, but I think if it really smacks them between the eyes and they realise that. I think my view is this: when you play against teams like India, who are going to come at you, the whole complexion of the game is changed, because it doesn't suit Rita Porna and Shamshina Junior playing against players who sit back and defend the 6-yard box. Now you have to find a way. That's no excuse. You have to find a way, and I've just explained that to him. That I'm delighted that we've actually progressed. Some of the football that we played at times, especially Reaper when she came on, was excellent. But we can play a lot better. Our final delivery has to be better. Our finishing has to be better. And the fear of getting skinned for the second goal is a major concern. I think all of a sudden then everybody started thinking we were going to score 10, 11, 12 goals, and I knew full well it weren't going to be like that. The goalkeeper was completely different to what she was the previous night against India, the other night against India. She did very, very well for him. But, I mean, it's football, and you have to take the rough with the smooth. You have to roll with the punches. I'm not going to come in here and dodge you guys because another team beat them 10-11. This all comes down to head-to-head. Now, we've got a great opportunity, and we'll look forward and embrace the challenge of actually playing India.
In this match?
No, I don't think they were lacking anything in this match. I think they just got a little bit of concentration, which actually we got done on the break. They had 2 attacks the whole game. Yeah. 2 attacks. We had about 40, 50 attacks, and I'll do the breakdown of it. because now we've got our video analysis guy here, and I can assure you the game against India will be completely different than what it was tonight. No, I don't think they got beat, but I think the first goal was a little bit fortuitous, off the crossbar, bounced under the line, got done on the break, and the second one, nothing to do with high line, so you can run back and tell T2 it's nothing to do with the high line defending or anything like that. We play a certain way of football. I give young players, young Bangladeshi girls, your daughters, your sisters, I give them opportunities to go out there and play in a creative manner and express themselves. And I'm never going to change. If you want me to change, I walk out the door. I'm there for the benefit of those girls, and I will always support those girls. And we play a game, it's maybe a little bit risky, risk reward, but I ain't going to change. The day it changes is you get another coaching. I've got no doubt India will come at us, and I think that will suit us. Tonight was all about building and preparing and getting some game time into certain girls' legs, with the possibility that they may have to play. I think it'll be a very, very tough game. But those are the games you want to play in. Those are the games the girls will relish and grow. You know, you don't want to be playing in games like that tonight, where teams are throwing themselves on the floor, wasting time, and that's not good for the game. That's not good for South Asian football. You know, so all I'm saying is we'll look forward to the challenge, and I think what's really important is that we learn from our mistakes. But we need to continue playing our football. And it might be a bit risky at times, but it'll keep you all on the edge of your seats. Who knows? How long's a piece of string? I couldn't tell you. I don't really have the answer to that, you know what I mean? I don't work on hypotheticals. The facts smack you in the face. The goalkeeper, I thought she did very well for him. And, you know, it reminded me of like the performance of Millie down in Australia, where she'll actually, you know, caught everything, turned everything around the bar. So, yeah, listen, you know, you can't always have things your own way. And can we play better? Of course we can. Can we play a lot worse? Of course we can. What we've got to do is we've got to find that balance going into the game against India on Sunday, and we've got to put in a performance, and we will do. No, because we always look like scoring. We create chance after chance after chance. And, you know, I'm not... Listen, I've played the game. I've played the game, you know what I mean, at a high level from, you know, over 500 games in English football. I've been on the receiving end of like giant Goliath sort of, David and Goliath sort of scenarios. I've had my backside kicked many, many times by lower opposition. And I've come out the other side a richer and a better person for that. And I hope those girls learn from that, because it is a learning curve for them. But again, I'll never change. I'll always be the same.